She's spilling the tea.
This is The Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
Well, Lizzo did a TED Talk in early August, and now that TED Talk is available. So if you want to hear it, here's part of what she has to talk about. It's on the history of twerking.
For me, twerking ain't a trend. My body is not a trend. I twerk for the strippers, for the video vixens, for the church ladies who shout, for the sex workers. I twerk because black women are undeniable. I twerk for my ancestors, for sexual liberation, for my bitches, hey girl, because I can, because I know I look good. I twerk because it's unique to the black experience. It's unique to my culture, and it means something real to me.
She also talked about how she initially learned how to twerk at a club in Houston when she was a teenager, and since then has researched the history of twerking. All right, now Shaquille O'Neal, he is fed up with Kyrie Irving, and he feels like the Brooklyn Nets should just get rid of him. Here's what Shaquille O'Neal had to say, and it all has to do with his not being vaccinated.
I would go upstairs and say, get him up out of here. We go in with a 2-punch and a great shooter and some rebounders like we got. Get his ass up out of here. Because now every day I have to answer questions about him and what he's doing. Get his ass up out of here.
Wow. You think that actually happens?
I don't know. Of course, if I played with him, I'd be in charge all the way, all day. So whoever owns the Brooklyn Nets, get him up out of here.
I mean,
that's an interesting take.
I will say this though. I mean, he can only play half the games they're saying, and he doesn't have to get the full salary. But the Brooklyn Nets are strong regardless, right? If he's there or not, as long as KD and Harden is healthy and the rest of the team is healthy, they're strong regardless, correct? What would you do in that situation?
You just have to count on everybody being healthy. That's a lot.
I don't know what the full context of what Shaq was talking about. I don't know if it was just vaccines or,
just the vaccines
Kyrie
you're talking
being
about.
a distraction.
No, they're saying just the vaccines. He don't want to play, trade him. That's what he was saying.
Well, clearly, other than that, Kyrie's going through something, right? And he's been going through something. And I think anyone, who signs him knows that. But, I don't know. I'm getting soft in my old age. So I want to give everyone empathy and grace because you just don't know what folks are going through. Only people I be wanting to go hard at is white supremacists and white supremacist institutions, to be honest with you. So I don't know. I just feel like Kyrie might be going through, something a little bit more than he even lets on. Who knows?
All right. Well, Wendy Williams, speaking of people going through things, is not going to be returning with her new shows on October 4th. They said she has been and continues to be under a doctor's care and is still not ready to return to work. They said they plan to return with new shows on October 18th. In the meantime, a source close to the Wendy Williams show told The Sun in a statement that the show is set to air through the 2021-2022 season. There is no decision beyond that, but she could very well walk away. They said that she is over it. So that's just a source. And again, this is just the rumor report. But, if she doesn't come back on the 18th, not sure what's going to happen.
I'm sending Wendy Williams healing energy. Sending Kyrie Irving healing energy, too. Sending everybody healing energy who needs it this morning.
All right, another person not returning. Porsha Williams has announced that she's not coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. Cynthia Bailey had already announced a few days ago that she's also leaving. Well, now Porsha said that she's not coming back. She said after 10 life-changing, gratifying, incredible years, it is finally time to begin my next chapter. Next season, I will not be returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise. This was a difficult decision to not only make, but also come to terms with. It's one I put a lot of thought into. And because of that, I know it's the right one. She also went on to thank Andy Cohen and everybody at Bravo. She said, you've made the past decade a truly special one where I've dealt with unbelievable highs and unbelievable lows. But she did tease that she'll be back on your TV very soon and said she can't wait to share all of her exciting new endeavors with the world, starting with the release of her memoir, The Pursuit of Porsha, that's coming out on November 16th.
I'm actually surprised about this because Portia's the whole thing that Porsha was going to go through this year, I felt that, everybody wanted to see, everybody wanted to watch. And you're right, it's not everybody's entertainment, but her whole life, played out on TV. And the fact that she's, dating the other girl's husband or getting married to the other girl's husband, I just thought that everybody would want to see that on TV, and I figured that Real Housewives franchise would throw throw anything at her.
Feels like she's getting her own show. Feels like she's getting her own show.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Exactly. How do we know she's not getting her own show?
I say could be.
But either way, dropping the clues bombs for Porsha, because you got to know when to walk away from something.
Correct.
When something's not fulfilling you no more, when something's not making you happy no more, when you over something, when you feel like you've done it, there's nothing wrong with walking away from it.
Not at all.
I respect it.
And I'm curious to see who the franchise brings in new. That's what I'm curious to see, because with 4 people leaving, who do they bring on new to keep their franchise going? I can't wait to see and watch.
All right. Also, speaking of knowing when to walk away, is it also time to know when to come back? Big Tigger has announced that BET's Rap City is returning. He posted, "This is not a drill. This is not a throwback. Rap City 21 details soon. Rap City raised me." So,
I think Rap City is a great brand and a great property. I think we need the basement. I'd love to see Tigger just doing the freestyles with artists. I don't know if I want the whole sit down and everything else, because we see so much of that nowadays, especially with podcasts and everything else. But Tigger in the basement freestyling with other artists, that would be really phenomenal.
Well, that was part of it, though. The Rap City was
that's
Rap
part
City,
of Rap City,
and then it goes to the basement. Remember, they did a little interview to talk about their album or projects, and
I'm telling y'all,
you don't want to see Tigger interviewing.
I think it should just be the basement. It should just be Tigger with the freestyles and the artists with the freestyles. That would even make it for a phenomenal podcast, by the way, which I wanted to do for a while. But yes, that would be phenomenal.
Well, yeah, I'm excited it's coming back, because I do feel like there's not enough of these on television, on BET. And so it'll be a good addition.
Yeah, I would love to
and
see
it's
it,
very
too.
nostalgic for people. So, all right, well, that is
it's also
reports.
It's also because the world changed, right? So it's like a lot of the content that you used to get only on Rap City, you can get everywhere now. People got podcasts, YouTube video shows, social media. So yeah, we get quite our fill of hip hop content by the minute.
Yeah, we do. But if they do interviews and they rap, it'll be content that won't be everywhere, because everybody, every artist is not rapping on every platform. They're not rapping on every podcast. They're not rapping on every radio show.
That's why the basement. That's why I said the basement. That's why I said the freestyles.
Both.
Yes, you're right.
All right. Well, who you giving your donkey to, man?
We need a brother from Turkey named Biyan Mutlu to come to the front of the congregation. We would like to have a word with him, because it is the weekend and it's going to be a lot of people drinking. We don't want y'all to end up in the same situation.
All right. We'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.